What's up, Alchemist Gang? Welcome back to another banger video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe so you never miss another banger upload from me. My name is Kale. I'm a spiritual and a mindset mentor if you're new to the channel, all right? So as you can tell by the title, bro, there's a difference between spirituality, actually being spiritual, and doing it just for the vanity, okay? So let me just explain something real quick, bro. I don't know if y'all remember, back in 2020, bro, I was making spiritual content. I was making a lot more spiritual content, like meditating, guided meditations, going out in nature, crystals, the whole nine, right? But that was before TikTok started pushing spirituality very heavy, and it came like this super big trend to wear crystals and like meditate and be into chakras. And it got to a point where it started to really show the split between some people would just be spiritual because it was vanity. And by vanity, I mean they would do it because it was cool to say you're spiritual or it's something to connect to. It's a tribe, a community. People like to be a part of stuff like a religion, a gang or like a church or football team, basketball team, sport. We're not. That's how humans are. We want to connect in different communities, and spirituality was vanity for a lot of people. They were just doing it because it was nice to say you had crystals on your neck, and it looked nice and cute and pretty. It was really like what a lot of women were doing. A lot of women were just getting into spirituality because they thought it was cool. It sounded good, but behind closed doors, they weren't meditating. They weren't doing shadow work. They weren't healing. They weren't connected with God. They weren't talking to God. They weren't even following the spiritual principles that it takes to be, to really live out of your spiritual, life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say I was perfect either, because I know when I was like first getting into spirituality, I had a spiritual awakening. And for y'all that don't know what a spiritual awakening can be triggered by anything. Like it tends to happen through traumatic events in your life. It makes you look at life differently and change your way of living again and get a close relationship with God. But there's a bunch of different ways that, you can awaken. I awakened by having a near-death experience when I was 16. I did a story time on my channel. If you guys want me to do another story time on it, just comment down below. But, spiritual awakenings happen different for everybody. When you have a spiritual awakening, you look at the world differently. You understand that we all are one. You understand that we're multidimensional beings having a temporary human experience, co-creating our own reality. Each one of us are all our own creators of our reality. We all have God within us. We're all physical manifestations of God, so that is like you get into spirituality, having an actual spiritual awakening. The crystals and the different books and wearing all these different clothes, it's vanity. I would say this. I won't say people did it for vanity, but you can use those as tools. Because when I first got on my spiritual journey, the first thing I picked up on was crystals. I was working with crystals, what do you call it? I forgot what it was called. It's called selenite, or I think I'm saying that right. It's like the stick where you can go around and clean your aura, and I was doing all that. I was, working with crystals and stuff, and had moldavite. Moldavite was one of the craziest crystals at the time. I was blowing up on TikTok because it's like they said if you wear this crystal, it'll change your life and everything. But when I first got into spirituality, I liked wearing the crystals and all that, not just for the vanity, but because I knew the benefits it came with. I believed that that the crystals were giving me the benefits. And some people say it's placebo, but I feel like you can actually find raw crystals and put intentions in them. They'll do things for you. But those are all tools, you know what I'm saying? When you're building a house, you can't really build a house if you don't have your nail gun, you don't have your hammers, you don't have your tools. If you don't have your tools, you can't really build a house. Those are just tools you can use to grow in your spiritual journey. Is it a requirement? No. Does it help and does it make things a little bit better? Yes. Spirituality is really cool. Once you start getting to the spiritual journey and you learn more about it and learn more about it, because all it is learning about self. It's a self journey. You're learning about yourself and God, and we're one with God, so it's the same thing. So you're learning about who you are, really. You're unlearning everything that you've been taught and learning a whole new way of living. That's really what spirituality is. You're unlearning the programming from school, from parents, and you're realizing that a lot of things were set to keep you stuck in a box. Once you step into spirituality, you actually start to realize that it's a lot bigger than what we've been told. You see the lies in the world. You see the truth between the lies. You start getting a stronger intuition, a stronger discernment. You start seeing the truth and what people are, the lies that people are saying. You start seeing the truth, and it's a really, really great journey. And if you are somebody that that has been practicing the spiritual journey or still in the spiritual journey, or even if you're new, you will get to a point on the spiritual journey where you'll start to second guess yourself. You'll start to not psychosis, but you'll bro, what the hell? It's so much going on. Man, I don't know who I am anymore. And it'll get to that point, but it's important for you to connect with God, stay present, and just keep going, taking this journey day by day. Meditate every day, journal every day. You're going to learn new stuff about yourself every single day. And that's the beauty of this journey. But it will get to a point, if you're just doing it for vanity and you're not actually practicing the principles, life is going to still be the same. You're just changing who you are. Some people get into spirituality that haven't even healed or they get into spirituality and they're not actually healing what they need to be healing. They're just practicing like a holistic lifestyle almost. Like, you know, like they'll like wear the drug rugs, and you know, they'll get into the peace and they'll meditate, you know, but there's a lot of stuff deeper under the surface. You know, it's deeper than just peace, because people think spirituality is all about just positive, everything's good. No, that's not what spirituality is. You know, and it's dualities in there, yin and yang, bro. Like the same amount of positive is the same amount of negative you're going to experience in the spiritual journey. So don't get into spirituality thinking like, you know, all your problems are going to go away. Because the reason why people don't actually indulge in the spiritual journey for real is because there's a lot of shadow work. And when I say shadow work, bro, it's just undealt with issues and like suppressed emotions and stuff from your childhood that you haven't healed from. Everybody has to heal, bro. No one's fully healed. Someone might be a lot more healed than they were before. You know, they're like fully healed to the point where like the problems that they were dealing with they're not as deep. You know, maybe you got a little bit of, this is the line, and this is the iceberg, and this is the water below. You know, you might get to the point where you're all the way up here, you know, okay, so now you pretty much melted the whole much, you know, the iceberg. You're at the surface. You know, you still have like the surface levels to do with like, you know, habits or like mindset, you know, things like that. But this healing journey is ongoing. You're constantly unlearning stuff from past lifetimes. Like, especially if you're an old soul, you reincarnated here before, you know, and that's another thing in the spiritual journey. You reincarnate. There's a reason why you might understand things and people without even knowing why you do. You know, people open up to you without you even knowing why or how. Is because you have an old soul. You are 1,000+ years old, or how old you are. Your soul is old. You can tell when someone's a baby soul because they're so naive to the world. You know, they get crushed by just the smallest thing that happened to them in this world because their soul's not strong enough. There's a saying that like people that never broke bones in their body, it's a sign that they have a strong spirit or strong soul. Their soul is built to fight bigger battles, so their bones was breaking. You know, their soul got to fight big battles. You know, and that's just a thing, bro. You know, so like I'm saying, bro, like make sure you're not in spirituality or want to get into the spiritual realm and like meditate and learn more about yourself for the vanity of it. Do it because you actually want to do it. You actually want to see growth. You actually want to see change. Because me as a person, bro, if you go back, look at my old videos, look at my videos now, I've changed on a physical, spiritual, emotional level. And I still have stuff I'm dealing with. I'm not the perfect person. I will say that. Like, I still go out and party sometimes. I still go drink sometimes, like drink some booze with friends, whatever. And, you know, I'm not the perfect person. I still have certain things I'm dealing with on this physical realm. But that doesn't mean I'm neglecting myself spiritually. I'm still doing some work spiritually. It's an ongoing journey. But that's the beauty of it, bro. People think it's like, oh, you got to be this perfect person. No, bro. I just have the knowledge of what you're supposed to do simply because I've went through it. I went through the darkness of my own soul. I've seen how I felt in a situation, me being heartbroken, me going through depression, me looking at my life like this doesn't even matter, and feeling that emotion and transmuting it into my workouts, to my business, to my videos, and really going through the deep depths of KO, the inner child KO, and realizing that, man, there's stuff that I still have to deal with that I didn't know I had to deal with, you know. And when you're on the spiritual journey, you start to realize that. When you start journaling, you start having conversations with new people, and once you get in relationships, they really show you what you need to heal. Everything comes to the surface, and your first trigger is to go back to old habits to help you run from that and do escapism, and that's a normal thing that people are going to run to. But it's all about trusting your journey and realizing that like spirituality is a lifetime thing, and it's a beautiful thing, bro. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Our relationship with God has gotten so much closer. And I will say, if you're a man watching and you want to get, you're like, if you want to get a head start in your spiritual journey, you don't know where to start, just start meditating. Start looking at videos on spirituality, mindset, you know. They all align, bro. Like the self-development and spirituality, all that, it's all in the same thing. They're all connected, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't go down a stupid rabbit hole looking at all the, you know, like you don't want to get it confused with being woke and then being spiritual, because when you're woke compared to being spiritual, the woke culture is, oh, we know what's going on in the government and all this different stuff and celebrities and Illuminati. That's like being woke, you know, like your pineal gland, you know, you can see through the illusions of, you know what I'm saying? And spirituality is that lifestyle you actually, you know, self-actualization, you know, learning who you are so you can be a better person in this world. So every person you encounter with, you can spread that joy, spread that positivity, spread your testimony, spread how you feel, what you experience, so that they can grow and learn more, you know? There's a difference, bro. It's really a big difference, but they all kind of tie in together because That's the beauty of spirituality, bro. Spirituality is what you learn and you grow and you awaken. You see more. When you see more, you understand more. This journey get deep, bro, but I didn't want to like talk y'all head off too much. I want to just give y'all an understanding, bro. I think I'm going to make a video on woke versus being spiritual too, because it's a confusion, bro. It's really a confusion, and I've been practicing spirituality for 4 years now, bro. And I'm out that phase where I'm like wearing the drug rugs and I'm like wearing all the crystals and like it's, you know, everything I do had to be aligned with me spiritually, and you know, I was too much in the spiritual and not enough in the physical, neglecting all my responsibilities and, you know, all this different shit because I felt like I was, you know, spiritual. I'm in the 5D, but bro, you have to have that balance. That's duality, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're in the physical flesh for a reason, you know? But I love you, Alchemist Gang. If this video resonated with you, or if it made sense, you know, comment down below. I'm chosen. You know, ask any questions y'all got, bro, because spirituality is something that I've been practicing for so long, bro, and I'd love to help y'all out. But other than that, man, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.